You might upset the balance for a generation. 2. But don't fool yourself. In the end, nothing will change. Because everyone wants to live forever. They all think they have a chance at immortality, even though all the evidence is against it. They all think they will be the exception. But the truth is, for a few to be immortal, many must die.
No one should be immortal, if even one person has to die.
Once again, you internet weirdos. And as promised, well, I did log on and follow my schedule, although I am about 5 minutes off. But hey, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So you're listening in to St. Kirill, and kind of had a bad day today, you know, when you just get those days where you're just absolutely depressed and you can't seem to just get out of it, and the world doesn't seem to help. The state of the world and the people, oh, the people, right? So, if you've read the description, and again, I'm talking as though at this moment someone's even listening live, but that's okay. Somebody will hear it later. They always do. So, it is October 10th, 2016, getting close to that, well, it's feeling a lot closer to that winter solstice than maybe it should, but actually had a couple places here in Kentucky that had 36-degree temperatures last night. But yeah, it always sneaks up on us, but it's no Minnesota, let me tell you. Man, that was heaven. Minnesota, Leech Lake. It is heaven on earth. It is the closest I think I've been to a way that is so... Oh, it's definitely influenced by the hand of man. Definitely controlled by, the white rule. But yeah, Leech Lake, Minnesota, Sugar Point. What a place, what a place. So as I said, it's October 10th. Well, let me start with my first rant. It started with the non-handshake heard around the world. Of course, I'm talking about last night's world broadcast of the degradation of America in the eyes of the world. The second juvenile-laden presidential debate between one clown Clinton and one clown Trump. It was a ridiculous display of middle school antics and threats that make the most forsaken individuals of the public education system, and I know that's harsh, appear as geniuses. I tell you, I've seen Bush Jr. sound more intelligent than these two. And that is definitely saying something, because I cannot stand George W. Can't stand him. You know, I tell my daughter sometimes, she's 18 now, which means I have no say so anymore, that it's a great time to be alive. We're supposedly on the verge of curing some of the world's most horrible diseases. Private enterprise is taking to beyond the atmosphere of this little blue world. The earliest date of establishing a colony on Mars, to my knowledge, is 2022. Just think about that for a minute. 2022. I mean, it's wild to think about that in just a mere blink of an eye. I mean, less than a blink of an eye when you think about it. We could have colonies on Mars. I mean, it's almost like we are living in that science fiction realm in just 6 years. Walking on the red planet. Maybe. But like so many things, they get promised. While a video surfaces from New Zealand showing Trump giving, as he called it, locker room talk, as he is talking about in graphic detail of his womanizing, and even states that it's a good thing he doesn't have to run for political office. I forgot what year. This is a 23-year-old video. How can people be such idiots to say something like that? First, to be at that level of womanizing, and then it's almost as like he thinks his past will just disappear. I mean, he wouldn't even answer, questions about. He would say, "I'm embarrassed about it." Oh, I'm sorry, I cannot do a Donald Trump. Now Alec Baldwin can do a hell of a Donald Trump. Does really, really, really well. But to act like that, thinking that your past will never sneak up on you. And here's the thing. Is it really sneaking up on him? Because the country seems to be just fine with what he's done. On the other side is a woman who berated the victims of her husband's sexual abuse, despite agreeing to settle one claim with Paula Jones to the tune of $850,000. And he lost his license to practice law. Trump, though, who attempted a well-executed psych warfare on Clinton by having Paula Jones and other women who were of the 14 women to have filed claims against Bill Clinton for sexual harassment, sit in the front row. I mean, that is a brilliant bit of psychological warfare. And did you see, I've seen it posted on Facebook, but someone took a frame of the video of Bill Clinton sitting there. And he's facing forward, but his eyes are way over, hard left, looking at those women. And I think the caption said something like, the look you have when you never thought you'd have to see, your victims again or something. Because he is a deer in the headlights. I mean, looking like he's about to have a heart attack. If that doesn't scream guilt to the women of this country, I don't know what does. So you have one womanizer using womanizing as a weapon. This is what we have sunk to. This is the embarrassment. This is why people the world over in countries who do not give a crap. Oh, they give a crap about what happens here because when we elect the right dictator, the entire world will fall apart. Even Bush Jr. was pompous enough to say he's president of the free world. Well, in his mind, he is. And when you consider we send a bunch of bullies over to all these other countries to make sure we create things like ISIS and Al Qaeda. And how about that picture of Hillary shaking hands with bin Laden? Is that real? What's propaganda and what isn't? Anymore, it doesn't matter what's used as propaganda. Because the truth is, we are creating all the terrorists to make sure we have wars in the future. You send a bunch of bombs over there, and you kill innocent kids, well, those fathers, they're going to pick up arms against the United States. You killed the fathers and the mothers, those kids, they're going to pick up arms against the United States. It's job freaking security. Am I sick of this country? No. But am I sick of the way this country is conducting itself? Damn right. By our own media, by our own government. We're so dumbed down. I mean, the government controls the media, so of course the media and the government are going to be working together on this. But this education system here, like I said, it must have been a nightmare. But he said one day in class, and this was history, and that is the most illuminating history class I have ever had in the public education system. Because he told it the way it was. He said, right now, every morning, he said there are classes that start in the Middle East. They start with a pledge. It's death to America. It's a chant, death to America. And I'm sitting there like, but why is this happening? Because our media makes sure that we know they are the enemies. And they simply don't like our freedoms. Well, you know, as someone posted not long ago, you know, why are they fighting for our freedoms over there? How the hell did our freedoms get over there? Exactly. Freedoms mean oil, resources, fossil fuels, blood of the earth, water. It's a weapon. And our news doesn't tell us why. These children are chanting death to America every morning as they start school. You know, but jumping back on this election here, and this idiot Trump, and the idiot Hillary, yeah, but I'd say, Spreaker, why do you keep stomping on me here? It's this poor connection I have. This video would be used in a case, and in a court of law against someone who's alleged to have committed a sexual assault on women or a woman. For example, I mean, when you would present this in court and they would say, okay, look at this guy. Here he is in this 1980-something video berating women, talking about grabbing their private parts. And how, because he's famous, he can get away with it. As a woman, and they're fighting to fend off the crap that Bill Clinton did to them. Neither of these are decent representatives of the women of this country, of society. I mean, logically, you know, I would say after the release of this video, his chances of a win are slim. But I have many friends